Put the fucking mic on.
Lurch?
Yes, sir.
I just want to tell you that later tonight, I'm gonna power drill the Yippee Bog with my dude piston.
You're an idiot. That's all there is to it. You love the sound effects, don't you? You just been waiting for that.
Dude, I have, dude.
I'm gonna marinate the nether rod in the squish mitten.
You've been hooked on that song lately.
Oh, who can't, dude? It's been in my playlist forever, but you know how you run around and you just listen to some of the music and playlists you haven't listened in a long time, and that one came up, dude. You enjoyed it.
It was funny,
Friday.
yeah.
It's you'd never heard it.
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, you guys can name that song yourself. Yeah, it looks like we got us
I got mail.
email that you want to handle, maybe.
Yeah, this was from Tony Pruitt of Cave Creek, Arizona, and it's about the stealth port. Here's what he had to say. I received the stealth port order on time. I have to admit, I was a little skeptical at first. I have a battery tender dongle on the right side that tucks in pretty clean with the drain tubes and other OEM cables there by the oil filter.
I just want to say that he said he had a dongle.
He has the OEM charging dongle tucked up under the left side cover unused. And I was kind of thinking the stealth port was a solution for a problem that did not exist for me. I figured I would check it out, and after installing the unit, I found I was pleasantly surprised how clean the item looked and appears to be something installed from the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon sells cables for about $10, but they lack the mounting bracket. But for the ease of installation and how clean the item looks, okay, you got me. The stealth port is worth the extra cost, and I give it and your team a double thumbs up, Fonzie style.
Nice.
Thank you for the follow-up. Consider this customer satisfied. Be safe out there, and thanks again. Again, from Tony Pruitt.
Okay, guys, if you're new or you haven't watched the video, what I'd encourage you to do is head over to the Law Abiding Biker store, type in stealth port, all one word. Very good searchability over in the store. And you'll come up with our multiple options for a stealth port, which basically, if you haven't heard, we did a whole podcast on it, I believe. And if you go over to the store and search stealth port, go to the listings, go to any of the listings, scroll to the bottom, you'll find our very detailed stealth port video giving you options. Basically gets rid of that dangly, nasty battery tender that hangs out the side and picks up weather and gets corroded and ends up on your exhaust pipe melting. And it's a really cool American company made right here in America. Great guy. And we are the number one seller of stealth ports now, and have been since we launched them in the world. So we've got them in stock. We're shipping them daily, and it is a really, like he says. So I appreciate the feedback, Tony. He's right in what he says, and I appreciate his honesty about being a little skeptical. I get it. I'm skeptical on. I've been burned before too, where I was a little, and then I get it, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's legit. It's like seriously legit, and solves a problem that every single Harley owner has with that cable, that pigtail hanging out.
Podcast episode 418. We talked about that and the Krause Easy Shift.
There you go. In your podcast aggregator, whatever you're using, whatever app. What, 418?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Can you believe that?
Yeah,
418. Or just lawabidingbiker.com/418. And that would take you to the website link to that, where there's links. But it is. And that thing, go look at the reviews. Unbelievable amount of reviews. And we appreciate everybody shopping in the Law Abiding Biker store. Like I say, we're the number one seller of them. So that's because of you guys. So awesome. Official 2026 Law Abiding Biker Patron Ride and Meetup event. Sunday, July 26th. Meet in Henrietta, New York at around 11 a.m. at an undisclosed location. That information will be forthcoming. As always, we'll meet at 11 there. Meet and greet for an hour. That's right. Shake babies and what?
Kiss hands and shake babies.
There you go. Shake babies. We love that time with our beloved patron members. Kickstands Up will be at noon for an easy 1 to 1.5 hour ride into Buffalo, New York area to an undisclosed location for the meal and social event. We will lead you there. That event will be over at around 5 p.m. that day. Now, you must be a mid-tier or above patron member no later than April 1st, 2026. So get signed up ASAP. And over at, what did that skip there?
It's a law-abiding biker /2026 meetup.
Yeah, but that's weird to, I that's my fault. Yeah, you must, okay, yeah, my bad. You must get signed up ASAP. The only place you can get signed up is, like Lurch said, lawabidingbiker.com /2026, the numbers 2026 meetup, no dashes, no hashes, no backslashes, no spaces, 2026 meetup, all one word. You can't get signed up anywhere else, not in the Facebook group, the private Facebook group, or elsewhere. You can only sign up at that page to be accepted and selected. Deadline for sign up, May 1st, 2026. No exceptions. That gives us basically time, guys, to plan logistics and verify attendees' patron status. Please don't sign up unless you're 100% positive that you can attend. Many logistics and expenses go into planning these events. And after sign up, you'll receive 2 emails. And it's mid-level or above patron member. Did I say that?
You did.
Okay. So the first email you'll get, one will be preliminary information about your sign up. The second email is an email list opt-in. You must opt in to that email list, as that is the only way we will communicate with you leading up to the event. Now, very important. If you don't see that email, that opt-in email, you must check your junk spam folder, as it will likely be there. After the sign-up deadline of May 1st, shortly after, you'll receive an email with some updated information about the event. The final email will be sent to you the day before the actual event with the exact morning meetup location. Again, get signed up over at lawabidingbiker.com /2026 meetup, and we hope to see you all there. Anything further on that meetup, Lurch?
We have 3 patrons that have stepped up to help us organize this, and I saw over the weekend they were busy emailing each other, so I need to get in there and see where we're at, but it's going to be a nice event and really appreciate their help. It's always better when we get, it's nice we have 1, but we've got 3, so it should be good.
That's awesome, and I appreciate all of you. And if I didn't mention, we're Tony Pruitt, who we read the email up front. You can get a hold of us. I forgot to tell you, over at lawabidingbiker.com /contact, email or voicemail right from your computer or phone over there. And we love hearing from you guys. Hogworks builds motorcycle parts the way bikers want them. Clean fit, quality finish, and customer service that actually answers. We run their gear on our Harleys because we trust it, of course. Check out our full selection of Hogworks products in the law-abiding biker store. Big news. So we put out a little over a month ago. We're scaling very, very fast here at Law-Abiding Biker Media. Very fast. I did retire in 2025 from 30 years of law enforcement. We haven't done an episode on that. It's coming.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. But nonetheless, and even before that, I was taking a ton of vacation. I was really focusing on the business. So I've really had about a year to scale, and we have scaled massively. And so we put information out. We put a video on the YouTube channel, a Instagram reel, and then, of course, Indeed.com. Not sponsored by them whatsoever. We just use their services. And we put it out. And this is what I'll tell you. We did select a new store manager. Now, I'll just tell you this. We had lots of people apply. It's a really cool position. And I will tell you that a handful of people actually made the actual interview process. They had to submit a video and some other things. And I will tell you, out of the handful of people that actually made the interview process, unbelievable gift from God, I say, because we were in so need that. Here's what I didn't want like, one person to be really good and then all the others be really bad. And you're like, well, we got to take the best. Me and Lurch, literally everybody was highly qualified. I'm not just saying that, like, they were wonderful people, and it made our decision so freaking hard which is a better place to be as a company rather than feeling like you settled. We did not settle. It was so close, and amazing applicants, and we're going to have more positions in the future. We're keeping those names. We're not going to announce the name of the store manager yet. He is not going to start. He's a local guy, and of course, biker and just great guy. We'll get him. We'll get him on a podcast, of course. Introduce. He'll be on videos eventually, but we'll wait till he starts. March 16th is start day, and let the fun begin, because it's chaos around here right now.
Yep.
It's going to be a fast learning curve, but he's fully capable. And so we appreciate everybody that applied, and especially to the applicants, of course, that made it to final interview. And anything else you want to say on that? I just kind of want to get a broad overview of what's coming.
No, I think that's fine.
Okay. There you go, guys. So yeah, you'll be talking to a new store manager, and he'll be in the private Facebook group eventually when we get him up and running. And don't worry, you'll get to know him very well. So there you go. Lots going on here. Want to ride longer? Are you tired of a sore and achy ass? Fix it with a high-quality butt buffer seat cushion. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of butt buffer seat cushions. I usually let Lurch take the store items to promote. He threw this in here, but I'm going to say it because I got some things on my mind. So I want to set the stage for this. So absolutely, by far, I'll never back down from it unless somebody produces something better, and they haven't. The Biker Gripper motorcycle cell phone mount, the first product over 12 years ago to make it into the Law Abiding Biker Store, was the Biker Gripper cell phone mount. It is the strongest, the sexiest, the sleekest motorcycle cell phone mount on the market. The only motorcycle cell phone mount that is made here in the USA at USA Factory. Nobody else. No other mount you see online. We've done the research. They're all made overseas. All right. That doesn't mean that stuff overseas is crap. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I love when I can to support American companies, American workers, American factories. Okay. America, right? So it's a staple product. It's still our number one selling product, and I highly, highly recommend it. Now, what I'm against, we brought a new cell phone mount on. That's where I'm getting to. I'm going to tell you what that is. What I won't bring on is things like quad lock. Okay. A couple things about quad lock. We did a video on it. It is they were a bicycle company trying to push their way into motorcycles. They're still a bicycle company. Obviously they sell a market. It's not made in America. I will not bring a mount that requires a proprietary case. I don't want to do that. I don't want an ugly proprietary case on my phone. I want to run my phone naked. The Biker Gripper is the fastest in and out system in the world. It's why police motorcycle units use it all over. I was on and off my bike all day, every day, and I can have it out in literally 2 seconds. We show you in the video. We just dumped a brand new video Friday as at the time of the recording. If you head over to the Law Abiding Biker Store, scroll to the bottom of any Biker Gripper listings, and there's 3 videos, but the first one will be the newest that I'm going to embed in there. And it's going to give you, because we do have some new heads. We've got some upgraded. We've got a charging Biker Gripper, MagSafe charging head now. So we've added some stuff, but I'm prefacing all that. SP Connect, nope. Just like Quad Lock, SP Connect, Rockform, and Peak Designs camera company. Okay. Everybody wants to sell bikers cell phone mounts, and they're all over Amazon. They're cheap. Again, all those companies I just mentioned, all are trying to lock you into an ecosystem. Why do they want you to, why won't they make a mount that doesn't require a case? Because they want your money. Okay. Upsell of cases, they get them for little of nothing from China, and they can upsell them and mark them up like 300% for you guys. And they're ugly as sin. I don't want to use their case. Also, it's a finicky locking system. Ours, it's just spread it apart, pull it out, spread it apart, pop it back in. That's how we like it. Said. Right there, buddy. Right there. That's how we roll. Nicely played. So absolutely vibration dampening built into ours. It is the best. It's got 1,900 and something 5-star reviews in the Law Abiding Biker Store. So that does not happen by accident, but I'm always open. But those I will not bring. Now, what I did bring, some people may like it better or the looks, and I'm okay with that because I like this company and we sell their products, and they're also an American company. And I got their mounts in my hand before I ever listed them. I wanted to see what they were about. So I'm willing to carry this product in the Law Abiding Biker store next to the Biker Gripper. But me personally, I think the Biker Gripper is a better mount all the way around. But do not hesitate. If you like this one and like the looks and the way it works, then by all means buy it, because we are carrying it and I do back it. And it is the Clockworks cell phone mounts. They're a little bit different. They're very different from the Biker Gripper. They're a magnet system. You can go look at them. They've got perch mounts. They've got universal bar mounts, very like the Biker Gripper, but there's no head or 18 pounds grip strength. It is a super strong magnet system. So the mount has a magnet built into it. And then, but essentially, at least they don't require a proprietary case, or it wouldn't have made it into my store. But it does require you to stick a small magnet either on your case or on your phone for it to work. That's okay with some guys. I'm okay with that as long as we don't have to do the case. I still prefer not to stick anything on my phone, but it's a good system. And I've tested it and we've messed with it before we put it on our shelves and made listings. And it's cool looking. It's not bad looking at all. It's definitely different looking than the Biker Gripper. But if you're, for whatever reason, you're like, yeah, the Biker Gripper just isn't for me. For whatever reason, you like a magnet system and you want that system. There are lots of options. We've got some really nice. So one of the nice things about Clockworks that caught my attention that we don't sell in the Biker Gripper line, we do sell the universal bar mount, but you've got to basically get a Allen wrench and spread it apart and then clamp it around your bar. Clockworks has a couple options, and are you looking at him, Lurch? Mm-hmm. He can tell me here in a second what they're called, but they basically, like I'm going to use one. Like I have to test a lot of bikes for Harley-Davidson and Indian, and I have to film, and you guys have heard me, it's run and gun days, and you're literally head spinning, but they have a really quick one where it takes no tools. It's like a universal, just temporary. So if you rented a bike from like Eagle Rider or something, and it's a very quick system. And I can just, for those few times I can use a case, and I have a specific case that I stuck the thing on the back for these trips that's extra protective, and I can just throw it on there. What are some of those models?
It's called the Nomad, the one you're talking about right now. And it comes in a standard size and an extra large size. So the standard is a 1/2 inch up to 2 inch diameter, and the extra large is a 1/2 inch up to 3.5 inch diameter.
Is there a Nomad 2 in there? Type in Nomad. I can't remember. I'm running off the top of my head. Luckily, Lurch.
There's a Nomad and a Nomad Plus.
Yeah, remind me what the Nomad Plus is.
Let me look here what the difference is.
These are all, of course, in the Law Abiding Biker store.
The way that it connects.
The way it connects.
Yeah. One of them's got a, for lack of a better word, a strap that goes around.
That's right.
And then ratchets down.
That's the one I'm going to take when I go on my motorcycle test bike, because I can it's a strap you pull and it just click, 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 click and locks, and then you can unstrap. But I wouldn't want it as a permanent solution, but yeah.
But it's the most universal, if you will, because it fits a lot of different sizes. The Nomad Plus is more of a half clamp, but it has a disconnect so you can open it up and lock it back down without having to use any tools.
But it's a rigid bar mount.
It is. Yeah, it's very similar to our universal bar mount Biker Gripper.
There you go. But it's a quick release.
And they have different sizes for 7/8 bar, 1 inch bar, 1.25 inch bar. So not quite as versatile as the original strap version, the Nomad, regular Nomad. Yeah,
the strap version's great, guys, for, like I say, renting a bike for the day. Bam, just throw that in your suitcase. I would, like I said, I don't know, I'd want a permanent jet ski, really quick.
Golf
cart, exactly. It's just it's literally a lawnmower. Yeah.
Anywhere you can strap it to it.
And it takes their head, of course, and then you've got the magnet system. But it's a good option, especially, like I say, for that. That one's what caught my eye, because I needed a solution for when I'm test riding bikes, because I'm always missing my phone in my pocket, and I have notes that I need to go over to make sure I'm covering everything, and I want it up on my bars, but I don't want to take tools, and I don't have time for that. I'm already mounting cameras everywhere on the bike. So anyways, and then I started looking, I'm like, well, this is actually pretty cool. And we sell Clockworks windshields, and I know Clockworks guys over there, and we love their products, and we sell a lot of their windshields. So I'm like, and I started looking at the rest of the mounts. I'm like, okay, I can get behind this as a side-by-side with the Biker Gripper. So there you go. But quad lock, SP Connect, rock form, Peak Designs, anything else, cheap ass stuff that takes a case is not coming here. Plus they're just ugly. I just don't like them. Okay. Anything else on Clockworks? I just wanted to preface that. that it took me a long time. It took me 12 years to actually find a mount that I'd be willing to sell in our store besides, and we are not the big corporate stores. Like we always say, all the big corporate stores online, the big boys, all they're doing is sucking in. They'll sell quad lock, SP. They don't give a shit. They don't care. They don't use it. They just want the money and they will gladly ship it to you. I'm right now here. As you guys know, we're selective on what we actually put in front of the biker community. Anything else?
No.
Cover it.
No, I can tell you that it's a good product or you wouldn't bring it to the store. When I first saw them, I thought, what the hell? I thought we didn't like any other cell phones because we've tested a lot of their cell phone mounts. I had no experience with this one yet. So after we got them and we unboxed them and played them and tested them, I'm like, yep, that's legit. Yeah,
nice. And they all come with a extra little tether for your wrist and stuff like that. It comes in a really nice box. Yeah. It's a good presentation. So anyways, enough said about that. Hey, Bikeaholics. 03D has a wide variety of innovative products for Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike.
I like gold.
Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of 03D products. All right. Here we go. Welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%
large, and in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history. By being here and listening, you're part of what we call the hashtag
Biker Revolution.
One question, what are you waiting for, bikeaholics?
Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
Ryan Urlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast, and your
high-tech redneck.
All right, let's see. Today, we have been so busy that you did tell me the topic. So it's on tools.
Mm-hmm.
We've got this is going to be a fun episode. I like tools a lot.
No kidding.
And so does Oscar.
Who doesn't?
And
what guy? What guy that's mechanically inclined does not enjoy tools? And especially if it's a specific tool that works. And you've tried to do stuff with made up tools and then you get the right tool.
Yeah,
so what I'm trying to say is, when you get the right tool for the right job, it's so nice.
Yep, it is. We were talking about that this morning. We were hanging some shelves.
Yeah.
And I was like, a simple level that I didn't used to use when I was really young, and then it can solve so many problems when you're hanging shelves and stuff. So yeah, the right tool for the right job. So these are tools, like we said, we're selective about what we bring here. But years ago, I started carrying Motion Pro tools. We carry a bunch of other tools too, of course, cruise tools, but Motion Pro tools or cruise tools are more emergency roadside assistance type stuff, problems. This is more permanent shop type tools. They are sexy. They are quality. We've added a lot to the Law Abiding Biker store. And I keep discovering, actually where I discovered a lot of these is I went to Milwaukee for the NVP Expo, which is the huge drag specialty event for guys like us that are resellers. They're a wholesaler, largest motorcycle one in the world. And I got to talk to a lot of people and see a lot of booths. And I was like, I knew we were already carrying Motion Pro. I'm like, dude, these tools. So I came back. We've added them a lot. And we've been selling, especially 3 we did a promo on recently. And holy shit, we are selling a shitload of Motion Pro tools, even in people that aren't bikers. So I'm fair to say at this point, I've had some questions. So, and I just added a bunch more cruise tools to our setup. We have the RTH3 Harley kit, the Metric kit, the Indian kit, the Pan America kit, but those are your kind of top tier kits. I brought on some different shaped ones and some different sizes, and then some econo kits for maybe somebody can't afford the whole deal but wants the little. So I would encourage you, before we get talking about Motion Pro, head over. I just did that this weekend, added a bunch of listings, and they've got some really cool stuff. Also a spanner wrench in there for shock adjuster, a spring release tool, Torx bits, hex head bits on a rack. So there's some really cool stuff in there, but we're not talking about cruise tools today. We're going to dial it back. That was just on the top of my head because I did it this weekend to these Motion Pro tools. You guys got to literally, these tools, once you hear about them, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then you can, everything we're talking about, Lurch will link to in the description of the podcast show notes, lawabidingbiker.com/whatever episode number this is. But you can always just go to the Law Abiding Biker store, search Motion Pro, all one word. Here's the deal, bikeaholics. Hogworks is built around two things riders actually care about: high quality parts and customer service that stands behind them. That's why they become a go-to for Harley-Davidson and Indian aftermarket upgrades. And we're not just talking here. We run Hogworks parts on our own bikes because we want gear that fits right, looks right, and holds up in the real world. If you want to upgrade with confidence, check out the wide array of Hogworks products we proudly carry in the Law Abiding Biker store. Grab what you need and get back to riding. And if you don't see it in our store, hit us up on our contact form because we'd love to get it headed your way. Or we have a menu item. I think it's under accessories. You scroll down to tools and then select Motion Pro or all tools. But nonetheless, these do solve a problem. They're very Harley specific, Indian specific, American made V-twin, and it'll be fun to talk about these tools. I get excited about them. But I remember bringing a couple. Every time I bring a new tool to the store, I always get it in my hands before we list it because I want to use it, see it, trust it. And Oscar will come in and find that he needs one ASAP. In fact, we pulled the stats. We're not going to give numbers, but Oscar, you pulled it, Lurch.
He might be one of our best customers.
He spent over half his paycheck this year. Now, he's a full-time law enforcement, so he's feeding his family with that. This is all extra job on the side that he does, but still he spent half of his paycheck back. But he gets everything at cost, too.
Yeah,
so he actually saves a lot of money, you know. But that's how much psychos we are for a good tool around here. And I know a lot of you guys are too. We appreciate you purchasing from us. Remember, free shipping, orders over $100, no tax if you live outside Washington State. Those are huge savings, and we'll get it out to you lickety split. We have very fast shipping and turnaround. So yeah, with that said, we want to patrons. We've had a lot of patron signups lately. And we appreciate all our patron support. And so we want to thank the following people for their patron support. They're some of the newest members, I should say.
We'd like to thank Terry Foray of Gonzales, Louisiana. Carl Fosberg of Bellamore, New York. He is top tier. And I saved this one for last because I think this gentleman must have listened to some of the podcasts where you're sneaking funny names into the podcast. Yeah. So this guy's name is Al Kohal.
Nice, dude. We know his real name.
Yeah, his real name is Jesus Santos.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm assuming he's listened to it and had a good laugh there by putting alcohol. But he's from Franklin, Indiana.
I like it. Thank you so much. We appreciate every single member. And it's very simple. You just head over to lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. You basically sign up for a monthly membership. You get to choose what membership level you sign up as and what kind of benefits you want to receive. And there are a plethora of benefits, such as t-shirts and stickers, access to the private Facebook group. It is a troll-free zone, nothing but bikers helping and connecting with other bikers in there. You get access to live video broadcasts and chat. You get podcast early, very much earlier than they go out publicly. Access to premium videos up on request year-round. 10% off patron discount code in the Law Abiding Biker store. And of course, as we already mentioned up front, access to those yearly sanctioned Law Abiding Biker ride, meetup, and events. lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon. Make 2026 the year you get involved. The Facebook group, the private troll-free Facebook group, is benefit enough, if you ask me, because it is one of the best benefits in there. Get connected, start riding with people. There's a bunch of other events going on. Last year, the patron members meet up, ride in events. We're not there, but they are wherever that is, whatever area. That's all happening in the private Facebook group. Last year, we went up to Canada. A lot of people, rode from the U.S. up to Canada to do the meetup with us because we were up there, and they literally got in that group and found people to ride from their home state all the way up there to the meetup. Amazing stuff going on there. So consider 2026 the year that you take the leap and see what it's all about. So, all right. I guess we are going to just go into Motion Pro Tools in the Law Abiding Biker store. Do we want to talk about the three recent? Why don't you start out with these are the three that we did a recent promotion on that we have them all in stock still, barely, because we've bought the wholesalers out, but we've got some more to source from wholesalers. But the one that's sketchy is the axle socket, which we'll talk about. We're hoping that comes soon. We're down on inventory. We bought both wholesalers out, and so nobody has them. But we should be getting some new. But why don't you start with those 3 tools and kind of explain what they do, and go from there.
Yeah, if you're looking at one of the tools and it shows that's out of stock, hit that back in stock notification button on the right side of the screen. It's a red button that says notify me when back in stock. And you can put in your email and or phone number. And as soon as we add that into the inventory, boom, you get a notification that's in. Because these are popular. We've been selling the heck out of them. Probably going to sell out, but we have more on order. So the first one is the Motion Pro Profil Air Chuck. This is a very cool air chuck for your motorcycle. You can use it for anything, obviously, but anybody that's tried to put air in a motorcycle tire, especially a Harley, and particularly the rear tire, you're trying to get up underneath there. You got bags and rotors and all kinds of stuff in the way. It can be really tricky, especially, like I said, on the older bikes that don't have the 90-degree air valve. When it's straight up, the thing is a booger to get to.
And even if it has the 90, which my bike does, this makes it so much easier because it gets you out away from your hot brake calipers and brake and exhaust, or wheel, dirty old wheel and all that. So it's, I use it for both. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got a swivel head on it. Very cool. I've never seen one like this before. The head swivels around and you can get that air chuck into all kinds of different, angles. And it's made of a strong billet aluminum. All these Motion Pro tools are high quality billet aluminum in most cases. Like I said, it's got that pivoted angle swivel head for tight valve stem access.
Can I say something about that? The swivel head is even a little more than just a swivel head. So what you're looking at, and go over to the Law Abiding Biker Store or check our video out, it's actually angled.
Yeah.
So that when you're swiveling it, it will be not only swivel 360 degrees, but it swivels and it catches on this ramp. Basically, it's at an angle. And so it will swivel at different angles depending on how you want it. I know this is a podcast audio, but hopefully that gives you a visual of kind of how you
gives you a lot of different options as far as angles and dangles.
Yeah, angles and dangles. I like it.
It's got a new O-ring sealing system for a true airtight seal. And like you said, it keeps your hands away from those hot brake rotors. Connects easily to common air hose fittings and a limited lifetime warranty. It's unlike
all of the tools have lifetime warranty, right?
Yes.
Motion Pro,
limited lifetime warranty. So unlike cheap air chucks that leak air and you have to fight the entire time, this one seals perfectly and just works every time.
Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. I have some cheap air chucks that are just the little tiny ones that go on the end of an airline.
They're always leaking out the sides. Yeah.
You're trying to put it, and then it's angled just a little bit, and it starts leaking out the side. You can never get it right on there. When you do, you're like, this is glorious, and you hear it going into your tire. Finally, you're like trying not to move.
Don't move.
This one, it has that special ring around there, and he mentioned it, but it does seal up very, very nice. It's not finicky like that. It's blue. It's like a blue color. It's got a nice little concaved portion near the top that's kind of a handle for grip. It is longer so that, like I say, you can get your knuckles and all that out from your hot calipers and rotors and, getting the how nasty the rear wheel gets. You get your knuckles up in there, just black, It is amazing. I use it for obviously dirt bikes and adventure bikes and street bikes and my lawn tractor. And it's just, you see it. We know that's been our number one. There's a reason like people see that. They're like, yep, I need that in my shop. Again, that's the Motion Pro Fill Air Chuck Pivoting Angle Head. Again, Lurch will put a link in the description below to one link, and it'll be to our entire set lineup of Motion Pro tools that we are currently carrying. What do you want to do next?
The next one is the Motion Pro Belt Tension Gauge. Every biker should have this in their toolbox. Mm-hmm. And it works for Harley-Davidson or Indian motorcycles. And what it is it's a gauge that's set to, I believe it's 10 pounds if I recall right. So that you can check the deflection on your belt to make sure it's not over tight or too loose. And if you've ever seen the Harley-Davidson one, first of all, it's expensive because it's Harley-Davidson. But the writing's small. The measurements are really tiny. This one has nice big letters on it. So when you're looking at it, numbers, you can measure it very easily.
Yeah. It is a lot cheaper. It doesn't have the Hardy tax, and it's way better. I will tell you, because I use the Hardy one. I still have one in my toolbox. Wasn't aware of this one, but they did a really good job. And again, what's this for? It's your secondary drive on your Harley. We all know you have a belt coming out the left side for the most part. That final drive belt, that cogged belt, every service, you need to be checking the tension on that. And the way you do that is you take this little gauge, and when you look at it, you'll understand it has a little tray at the top and it has a little angle on it. So it kind of catches on the side of your belt, and you push up. There's a little O-ring on it. You can set right at 10 pounds. So you can kind of, instead of trying to see the numbers and stuff, just set it. And then you can see when the O-ring, when you push up and the O-ring hits. Well, then your belt should be on your actual belt guard. There's a little cutout window and there's notches. You should be within, when you push up with 10 pounds, you should be within certain range there. Now, to learn all about this, strongly encourage you. We've been selling them for many, many years. Stop paying the dealership. Some dealerships are charging upward of $500 to $600 for a simple oil change, safety inspection, lube oil filter. That I'm just going to say that's just insanity. You can get our video for a fraction of the price and use it over and over and over. Now, we've got Lurch. We'll link to these in the show notes, but why don't you look them up? Sure, Lurch. I think it's lawabidingbiker.com/Milwaukee 8, all one word, I think is our service video there. And then I think the other one is twin cam or something like that. But anyways, we have 2 very detailed maintenance videos that you can purchase for a very good price and watch them as many times as you want for life on any device with a good internet connection, smartphone, computer, iPad. And it's basically, one is for all the twin cam bikes, which ranged for many, many years, all the way up to about 2016. And then they went away from the twin cam and they went to the Milwaukee 8. So our second video is the Milwaukee 8 video. At any rate, you could always just go to lawabidingbiker.com/buy videos, all one word, no dashes, lawabidingbiker.com/buy videos. We have other premium videos there, but also it lists all our for purchase premium videos. And within there is the Milwaukee 8. And so again, it's very simple. If you have a Milwaukee 8 motor, get the Milwaukee 8 one. If you have a twin cam motor, get the twin cam motor one. Now, we don't just show you how to do the lube oil filter, of course, detailed, what you've come to expect from Law Abiding Biker Media, step by step. We have sold a ton of those videos and continue to sell them, and they're still relevant, even if you have a 26, because nothing's changed on service, guys, really. So get one of those videos, and in that video, we show you the oil change, the lube oil filter. Trust me, you can do it with basic tools right on in your garage. You don't need a fancy lift, helps just because you don't have to get on your knees and stuff. But I did that for many years. But you can do it right in your own garage and shop with very basic tools. In that video, we use this belt tension gauge to show you how to actually test your belt tension, or anytime you remove your rear wheel. We show you other safety inspections, brakes, how to see if you're going to need new brakes. And then, of course, we have free videos on how to replace your brakes right on YouTube. But we're going to walk you around the bike, show you everything that the dealership checks. And trust me, I've watched them. They do not check 200 things that they tell you is 200 safety inspection. Okay.
250 point check.
250 point check. They do not. I've watched them. Okay. They do all the necessary things. All right. A check is funny because if you say, well, you need to check the rear axle nut. Well, if you just glance at it out of your eye and it looks tight, well, technically that's a check, right? So
a lot of visual checks.
A lot of visual checks. And we show you how to do those in our video too. There are some things that just need the visual check, but we're going to show you, I've watched them, exactly what they do in the dealership that they're charging you $500 to $600 for, that you can do.
It's insane. 2
beers, take an hour, and you're done, and you're good for another 5,000 miles. It is. It's insanity.
And you get the satisfaction of wrenching on your own ride.
I like it.
Now,
I like it.
Back to the tension gauge, the belt tension gauge. Don't be like Oscar. Don't think that you have a certified finger. Because we were having this conversation earlier this morning. Mrs. Oscar came in and got him some tools for Valentine's Day, and we weren't sure if he had this one. We thought he may already had it. Turns out he does not. He said he just uses his finger and push up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think his finger's got a 10-pound certification on it. You push too much or too little, you're not getting accurate measurement. So this tool gives you that 10 pounds, and you get the correct measurement.
I agree.
So we'll have to put that on the list for him.
In a pinch, I've tested it because I've done it for so many years. If I don't, in a pinch, if I was out somewhere, until I could get back to a gauge, I could get close. But you have to do that for many, many years to kind of know where that 10 pounds is. But that is still, it's a guess. I would not do it that way. That would be like, we had to change a rear wheel out when we're on a trip and we didn't have a tension gauge, I could get it close, but I would go back and do it with a gauge for sure. Oscar has no idea what he's doing. On the other hand, he's never even used one of these, so he doesn't even know what 10 pounds is. At least I've used one of these, and then I tested with it.
I'm holding my finger. I'm just pushing up and down. That's what he said. I got a certified finger.
Jesus. Are you searching for new and exciting motorcycle products? Then Zero 3D has just what you're looking for. Check out their wide variety of innovative products for Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Zero 3D's got your back with chrome, lighting, and comfort products. No modifying, cutting, grinding, or welding for a super easy installation. That equals less time installing, guys, more time riding. Zero 3D has a design team with over 40 years experience with a passion for design and innovation. These guys are bikers and care about bikers just like you guys. That's right. They pride themselves on the best of customer service. Got a question? Get in touch with them via email, sales@zero3d.com, or give them a call at 715-808-0027. Zero 3D is distributed in the United States by Drag Specialties, in Europe by Parts Europe and Zodiac, and in Asia by Twin Art. Of course, don't forget to check your Harley-Davidson dealership and ask for Zero parts. Head over there right now. Check them out. lawabidingbiker.com/Zero, CIRO, and tell them that the Law Abiding Biker crew sent you. Yeah, he's
we'll have to put that on his birthday list or something next time Mrs. Oscar's in looking for gifts for him.
Exactly. So this replaces your HD OEM belt tension gauge and your Indian OEM part number PV-423-532, and direct replacement's better. And so very happy to be carrying that and putting it in the Law Abiding Biker shop in the toolbox. And all these, again, limited lifetime warranty. They back their tools. So no worries there. What else you want to talk about? And what was number 3 on
And we
this?
chose these tools because they solved a problem and they're reasonably priced. There's, like you said, there's a lot of Motion Pro tools that we have in the store. We just highlighted these 3 in the video just because they were, again, reasonably priced and solved a problem. So this last one that we're going to mention is the Motion Pro 36 millimeter axle socket for Harley-Davidson. So if you've ever tried to, access that rear nut on especially a bagger, when you got the bags and the bag supports in the way, it's a real pain in the butt. And yes, you could, a lot of times what we'll do is, before we got this tool, would be to kind of sneak the socket in there and then bring your extension in and then try to connect it and
try to get a wobble joint.
Wobbly, if you got one, that helps quite a bit. But if you're not careful, you can definitely leave some marks on your exhaust. So this is designed to fit in there, and you can remove your axle nut without doing any damage. So you can get it in that tight space between the exhaust pipes and the saddlebag supports, and get that nut off. Really cool.
It's a 36 millimeter. And also, this protects your exhaust because it's got like a rubber. Did you say that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
It's got a rubber sleeve. So you'll see it looks similar to an extension socket. It's black. And so you can hook it up to your ratchet, your drive, and then it tapers down like a extension would kind of. But around that extension part, it's hard to see in the picture, but it literally has a very protective rubber sleeve around it. So you could literally turn it against your exhaust and use that leverage, and it's not going to mar your exhaust. And then, of course, it mushrooms out and flares out for the 36 millimeter socket. Yes, it does. But you'll notice that it's not a deep socket. It's even thinner than a regular socket. It's just the right size, because that's half the battle is with a regular socket. Even a normal socket, it's too deep, and you run into that problem in that angle. This is made so that you don't have to do any of that shit anymore, and it wobbles. The head wobbles on it, so that's built in, and it's very thin. You'll see it's just the right size to just fit around the thickness of that rear axle nut.
Yeah, they say it's a pivoting captive swivel extension for better access is how they describe it.
Nice. And I will tell you that this is invaluable. And if you haven't removed your rear wheel, that would be another. Every time you remove your rear wheel to service your brakes or put a new tire, you would want to check that belt tension with the belt tension gauge when you get the axle nut, make sure everything's good. And you would want this tool. And this thing was, when I saw it, I was like, that's fucking brilliant. You know how many years I fought with that, or taking off exhaust mufflers to get at it, or loosening them so you can swing them out. They're hot, whatever. This completely solves that problem, and I was super stoked to bring it to the Law Abiding Biker store. It's the Motion Pro axle socket for HD, 36 millimeter for Harley baggers is what this is for. So make sure yours is a 36 millimeter rear axle, and it will work on your Harley, because the non-baggers, I think, are different sizes. So just verify that you're a 36 millimeter and you will be good to go. Rated for up to 175 foot-pounds of torque, because you're going to want to torque your rear axle. So you can put a torque wrench right on this bad boy. You don't need to get another one, and easy way to torque that rear socket. We have free videos over at the Law Abiding Biker YouTube channel, or go to the Law Abiding Biker main website, lawabidingbiker.com. We have very good searchability there. The store website is separate from the main website. Basically, they kind of intermingle, but nonetheless, both are searchable. But if you search on the main website, rear wheel removal or front wheel removal Harley, we have years of videos, very detailed, that will show you how to remove the front and rear wheels. So you can always go check that out if you get this tool and you're like, I want to do this. And you'll see how we did it, which was the old school way, because we didn't have this tool at that time on those videos. But this certainly is going to make it much, much easier. So those are the three tools that we promoted on this particular recent promotion. We're going to be doing more videos. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, Law Abiding Biker YouTube channel. Make sure you're over on Instagram at Law Abiding Biker, because we pop a lot of vertical videos too, real short videos on different stuff in the store. That's really cool. We're getting a ton of feedback, positive feedback on doing that, because a lot of people just aren't aware of what's out there, nor am I. I'm finding new stuff all the time, and I'm like, that's coming to the store. That's coming to the store. So those were the three that we highlighted. The videos we're going to talk about here, or the other tools, we're just going to kind of do a quicker rundown, because we will be doing more detailed videos on them. And there's some recent tools. This is the one I want to say that we didn't do. We only did 3. We were going to do 4. This one's super, like, I can't wait to use it. I haven't actually used this one yet.
I had to buy one too.
You did,
So
huh?
I bought all 3 of the previous mentioned tools, and then this one came in and I had to get it as well. And it's the clutch adjuster nut tool for your Harley. It's 11/16 socket, but it's not a normal socket. On the end, it's got a space for you to put a wrench on, and it's also hollow, meaning you can put your Allen wrench through it, so you can adjust your tool. Adjust your clutch. We've always used a box end wrench, and you can't quite get that all the way seated. You know, it's a little bit of an angle, so there is a potential of maybe scarring that jam nut. But this tool is just awesome.
It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, simple. It's simple.
Yep, it is. And so to give you a little more insight, if you're new, let's just say you're installing a Mueller Power Clutch 2.0,
Mueller,
which we are the #1 reseller in North America.
Love mine.
Amazing. Reduce your clutch pull by up to 45%. Make it feel hydraulic. Your cable clutch system. We sell the bejesus out of them, and go look at the reviews on those. So in that video, part of it is you're going to have to adjust your clutch internally. All right. And cable clutch systems from Harleys need to be adjusted internally every now and then. We show you. We already have a video out on that on the Law Abiding Biker YouTube channel, or go to the Mueller Power Clutch in our store. Scroll to the bottom. There's a video there. But essentially, to adjust internally, you've got to remove on the left side is your clutch inspection cover, or derby cover. It's that big round plate with the 5 screws. Well, you got to pop that off, and that's where so in there is a jam nut. It's it's kind of inset inside the primary. And so what Lurch is talking about, you have to get 11/16 box end wrench on it. Well, you're kind of at an angle. You can do it, and you'll see in our Mueller Power Clutch, we've done it years that way. You can do it. We didn't have this tool at that time, but this just makes it like butter. I have scarred those before. I've slipped off them. And so this will negate that, because it's an actual socket. But once you undo the jam nut with that wrench, then you've got to get an Allen wrench on the actual clutch plate adjuster. It's a stud, and it has a 7/8, I believe, if I remember right. And you watch the video. You've got to do some different adjusted, but you got to have both wrenches on kind of at the same time. You got to hold the adjuster while you then tighten the jam nut. Well, like Lurch said, this makes it super simple, because you just put the socket over it, and then you take your ratchet off, and it's hollow, so you can just get your Allen. It's absolutely, if you've ever adjusted a clutch internally, when I saw this, I was like, why did I not find this years ago? So that's what we're trying to do here, is expose people to the tools and let them know there's better ways to do things, including us, who have been doing it with a wrench and an Allen for so many years and marring jam nuts and clutches. So yeah.
7:30 seconds.
Okay. I said 7/8, 7:30 seconds. Okay. Thank you for checking that. That's the Motion Pro clutch adjuster nut tool for Harley. And it's the Motion Pro stuff, you get it in your hands. It's solid, especially the sockets, the axle nut thing. They're just made. There's a reason they give them the limited lifetime warranty, because you're not going to break the things. Trust me. We want to just, let's go through some of these. We're not going to talk about as in depth. Those were the 4. Let's just go through. You talk about this one real quick, and then I'll move on to the next one.
Yeah, we've got a fork oil level tool. So if you're changing out your fork oil, there's what you need to set what they call an air gap, and that's the amount of air that's on top of that oil. And you can, if you put too much, it's going to ride a little stiff. If you don't put enough, it could be soft. So it's really important that you get that right. So this is the easiest thing to do, because you can set your air gap. So let's say it's 130 millimeters. There's a ring that goes on. This is basically, so to explain, it looks like a syringe with a tube, a flexible tube that goes to a metal rod. And that metal rod has measurements on it. And a stop plate, if you will, comes with it. And you can set that stop plate so that when you insert the metal tube into the top of your fork, you can set the air gap at, say, 130 millimeters. So basically what you do is you overfull your fork a little bit, and then you use that syringe and you suck it back out. So as soon as you start sucking the fork oil out, and then you start hearing air coming out, then you know you've got it set properly.
Got the right air gap.
The other option, and we've done it, is to use some type of tool and mark it and measure it and stick that in there, and then look to see if you got any on the end of the
and fill a little bit more. But then if you overfill, now you got to get a baster or something.
It's much easier to do this. It's quicker. It's easier. You put in more than you need, and then you suck the rest out, and then you're perfectly set.
You'll see the use of that tool in our Wilbur's suspension install video over at the Law Abiding Biker Store. Search Wilbur's, scroll to the bottom. There's a video there. We use that exact tool in there. We've got our Motion Pro folding sag scale tool. We also have videos on this. Scroll to the bottom, and you'll learn how to set your sag properly on your motorcycle. We use it in a lot of different videos. We also use, which is not a Motion Pro, but I'll mention, is the Slacker digital. We did a video on that. The Slacker is next level. It's a bit more expensive, but you can do it without 2 people. You can do it with 1. But this, if just for basic, if you have 2 people, the Motion Pro folding sag scale is amazing for properly adjusting the sag on your rear, which you should. If you've never done that, you need to, because you're out of range and where you are and how much weight you are. And again, we have videos show you how to set that sag, but the Slacker, we love our Slacker, so that we can do it by ourselves. So I'll just say, and then you can do the next one. Motion Pro oil filter strap wrench version 2.
Selling quite a bit of those as well.
Nice. And we haven't even promoted it. Nope. So very nice strap, Motion Pro filter strap for your oil filters and all that. So go check that out. Next, skip that and go to that.
Oh, these T-handles, spinner T-handles. Yeah, they're so nice. There's a 1/4 inch and a 3/8 inch drive. And it's a T-handle, but it's also a spinning T-handle ratchet. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a sleeve on it. Basically, it's a T-handle, and then it's got a blue collar on it. And so when you hold that collar, it's loose, and the wrench spins within it. So you can just really whip it around and just with one finger, once you get it loose, and just spin it really quick. We use them on our adventure bikes, our dirt bikes a lot. Of course, we can use them on Harley-Davidson, anything, because it's just you can put the different bits on the end of it. I'm not going to talk about that because that's more dirt bike. It's a chain. If you have a chain, we have a chain slack setting tool for Motion Pro. Yeah, you used this recently.
The Motion.
This.
Oh yeah, the Motion Pro hose tool remover. Yes. Whose bike did we use that on?
Mine.
I can't remember. Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's if you've ever tried to get a hose off of a barb, sometimes it can be a real pain in the ass. So this tool allows you to kind of get underneath the hose and get it loose and slide the hose off.
Whether it's oil lines or coolant lines. Yep.
Yeah, real neat. You can use it. One side you basically use to kind of break it free, if you will, and then the other side you can hook and pull and get some good leverage on it and get it off.
It worked really well.
Yeah.
In one of those videos. Of course, Motion Pro.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, it was handy. The Motion Pro gasket scraper. Obviously, when you're doing transmission side covers like the Mueller, you're going to have to put a new gasket, and you got to scrape gaskets off. So any type of gray, it's a really nice feel. It's fat. It fits in your end. I've used some other ones. It's actually really nice. And then you can get extra gasket blades in our store with it if you want some extra blades. We've got a magnetic nut drive set. from Motion Pro in here, and it's got a bunch of metric type stuff. So if you're metric or you need metric, we are finding different metric stuff on Harleys too. So it just depends. More and more. But very nice. You can put it on one of the T spinner handles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then put a socket on it or whatever. But yeah, go check those out. And Lurch, you want to move on? Let's do. Oh yeah, have you seen? Yeah, look at this.
I have not seen that one yet. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
it's the pivot suspension vise. Is that for like working on shocks? It looks like forks.
It's designed to make suspension service simple and quick. It holds shocks and forks securely while you change oil, revalve. I just haven't put one in the shop yet, but we need one
of those. Absolutely, we do.
Pivot, while you change oil, revalve, or change seals. We've done videos on that. Of course, you don't have to have this, but it makes it really, really nice. You don't need anything, but...
and especially if you're working by yourself, it makes it quite a bit easier. If you have a buddy there with you, then it's not that big a deal, but if you're working by yourself, it's like an extra set of hands.
Yeah, exactly. Pivoting head holds parts separately in any position with mechanical stops every 45 degrees. Aluminum soft jaw vise holds cylinder-shaped parts like forks and things utilizing a 4-point grip system. Large side, 40 to, I won't go over all the specs, but steel frame is rigid. It's sexy. It's blue. It's Motion Pro. Basically how it works on forks is soft jaw fork. Peg holds fork slider up to removal of dust seal and seal retaining clip. Reposition bottom slide bar holds fork compressed while bleeding air. Primary cart. Yeah. So that one I'm not going to go over. It's definitely a specialty. It's not the cheapest, but man, it would make doing front forks and suspension and seals really, really nice. Here's a push rod tool. We'll just say there's a Motion, if you're doing pro push rod tool for Harley, I would go look at that. You'll understand what it's for. You want to move on to one of the other ones there. Let's go to...
We got a really cool spark plug gapping tool as well that doubles as a can or a bottle opener.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Nice. We've got that in there. We've got a pro clutch spring compression tool for if you're doing, which we're going to do a video on eventually, changing the clutch in a Harley, the clutch plates, but that's what this is for. This one's really cool for M8 Softails. Have you seen this one?
I haven't. I've seen it in the store. I haven't actually played with it.
So basically the Motion Pro wheel alignment tool for M8 Softail models. If you guys know, if you have an M8 Softail, basically when you're doing the rear axle and you're taking the nut out, this sets it just right so you can line it back up because you can't line it, but this is an alignment tool. So it helps to check your real alignment quickly so your wheel's basically straight. You put one in the thing, you'll have to see it, but conveniently used without removal of most exhaust systems, and correct wheel alignment, essential, obviously, for safe handling. And it's for 2018 and up M8 Softail models, and stainless steel indicator rod works with, So you guys know what I'm talking about. If you have that Softail, you can actually see the pictures here and how you do it. See that? And so you set it, and that way you know both sides are exactly the same, and you can lock those down so that because it's very easy. The way they're not the same exact setup as like the touring.
Right.
And so you can definitely get that wheel off and not aligned, and you do not want that. Guys are scooping those up. Everybody's like, that's brilliant. That's like the clutch one with a M8 Softail. You're like, that's brilliant. Okay. We've got a spark plug, a pro spark plug socket. I actually have one of these coming. And for 16 millimeter for Harley twin cam and Milwaukee 8M8.
No, that's another tool I'm going to need now.
Oh, correct.
Yeah,
I've got one coming. I've got a couple coming, and so we can throw it in our toolbox, and then we'll have more on the shelf when we get more stock of that. But yeah, it's got a couple different ways you can undo it, and it's low profile kind of so it can get up in there, but just sexy as sexy gets. Let's see. And we actually need to put we have every other listing Motion Pro. You have a note.
Yeah, I'll fix that right now.
Spark plug. Yeah. Put Motion Pro in there. We've got a Motion Pro. Yeah. Let's see. I want to see what other ones. Steering stem bearing tool for 14 and up baggers. So if you've ever removed the steering stems and bearings, this is a very specific tool for that. American made twin steering race tool. So steering race tool. Again, I'm not going to get into every single one. You can go look at these in the store. And then we've got a Motion Pro wheel bearing remover set for Harley-Davidson, 3/4 inch. 1 inch and 25 millimeter. Bearing remover set. That's what it is. Okay. And a Motion Pro side case puller for Harley. That's if you're doing like we did, a cam job and all that. A U-joint. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Motion Pro Type B cooling system tester. So we all know Harleys now have water cool. Well, this is a cooling system tester, and we also have a Type A cooling tester. So go check which one, all the specifications are there. They use them on ATVs a lot too, but those are in there. And then ride longer and treat your ass with some respect already. Get hooked up with a premium butt buffer seat cushion. This company of bikers developed a super thin hospital-grade seat cushion made of solid and elastic materials, and it's unlike those gel pads that will leak if punctured. The butt buffer is designed not to slide around in your seat, fits all motorcycles, installs in seconds, easily cleans, and helps to dampen vibrations. With plenty of models to choose from, they assure you'll have a comfortable ass when riding. Head over to the Law Abiding Biker Store and check out our lineup of butt buffer seat cushions. Motion Pro. This is cool. Oh, we need to check on this. Hopefully that's in...
Last time I checked, it was still out, but I'll look right now.
WP.
Oh, I have not. Let me check that.
There you go.
Yeah. Magnetic tool.
This is really cool. This is the Motion Pro magnetic pickup tool, and there's a lot of cheap pickup tools out there. This one's actually sexy. You'll see when you... and it is really works well. And the nice thing is it actually has a really good handle. It's a lot thicker than the cheap, like Harbor Freight cheap ones you get. It's legit.
Looks like you can beat somebody with it too.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a whip. You could literally beat somebody. It's all curled up. 18 inches long, billet aluminum laser etched handle, protective rubber coating, won't scratch aluminum or plastic surfaces, powerful magnet, bendable housing, retains its shape to access hard to reach areas, low profile tip, fits in tight places. So we'll be checking that. We should have that back in stock soon. And yeah, we've got a few other tools in there, but again, we're always adding. And when we like something and we believe in it and it solves a problem. But again, if you haven't looked at Motion Pro tools, they are amazing. They're quality, affordable, solve problems. They're specialty tools, if you will. Some are more common, like T-handles and things like that. But a lot of them, like we say, just simply solve a problem. So anything else about Motion Pro before we dive into our last topic? We're going to talk about something else in this episode.
Well, like I was saying, right tool for the right job. There's most of us have a plethora of tools in our garage, but they're not specifically designed for motorcycles. These are designed specifically for motorcycles, and they make your life so much easier when you're working on a bike.
Yep, absolutely. What do we got for King of the Baggers? We're going to talk King of the Baggers now and close it out.
Yeah, so King of the Baggers is getting ready to fire up. The 2026 season is among us, or upon us, I should say. And it's going to start at Daytona International Speedway during Daytona Bike Week. March 5th through the 7th is when they're racing. So get to see that come up. The whole schedule, if you will, you can find it online. Just search King of the Baggers. But they're going to be racing in March, April, May, skipping June, July, and September. And almost all, I think the information's out there. We're not quite sure on some of the small privateer teams, but we do know that Harley-Davidson has announced their riders. It's going to be Kyle Wyman, James Rispoli, and Bradley Smith.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe that's the same group as last year, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, Bradley Smith was there. Yeah, so that's awesome. Kyle's always fun to watch. He's that polished racer, that just, it seems like it's effortless when he does it. And then James, on the other hand, is just a wild man. I mean, he's
like a bull rider.
Yeah, if you haven't seen his, I think they were at, which one was it? Was it Daytona?
It was Daytona. Corner, that banked
big,
corner.
long bank, and he's getting up off the corner and getting accelerating, and he gets the old death wobble. He's tank slapping almost.
Oh, yeah.
His ass is up in the air, riding that thing, like you said, like a bull. Pretty impressive save.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how he rides, is a little bit on the wild edge there.
And he doubled with the Hooligans last year.
Yeah,
Super Hooligans, and he won. Took championships. Yeah. So awesome, James. And so he's kind of was racing both, and we'll see what he does here.
I believe he is again this year.
Doing both,
I
okay.
believe so. Yeah,
nice.
Almost positive of that.
Nice.
And then with Indian, I think we've talked about this in the past, but we'll bring it up again. Vance and Hines is partnered with Indian, and they're going to have a Indian Vance and Hines team, and they've got the people so Vance and Hines had a Harley team, and then they also supported Harley and Indian, but now they're going just with Indian, and they've combined their teams, and so there's a little bit of a shakeup here as far as riders. So for them, they're going to have Troy Herfoss, Hayden Gillum, who was on the Harley last year, and Rocco Landers, who also was on a Harley last year. So this will be interesting.
Yeah.
And Rocco's he's not quite as wild as James, but he gets loose.
Out for Rocco, dude.
He's fun to watch. He'll back him into the corners. Yeah, he'll hang his left leg or his right leg out, and then he's backing that thing in. He's a hell of a good young rider.
Troy's always one to watch.
Yep.
I mean, Hayden.
Yep.
That's those guys. Kyle. I mean, those three. Yeah, Kyle, James, Bradley on Harley. I mean, what a matchup. I mean, because I kind of we learned them over the years and how they race. And Troy, when he's on that Indian, dude, oh shit. And same with Kyle. If he's dialed in, dude, Troy's got to watch the fuck out. And then Rocco, up and coming. He's only been doing it a couple of years. And but some of those races, you're like, oh, when he gets that dialed in, dude, watch out. He's going to be somebody contend with. And James Rispoli, same. But yeah, I just 6 names that both teams, and the Vance and Hines shakeup. That's an interesting thing. That's the way it goes on behind the scenes. Interestingly, is just a week ago, I was on an hour-and-a-half conference call with the CEO of Indian Motorcycles. There was a handful of us. It was kind of a press event video conference, and he spoke a little bit about King of the Baggers and the kind of the merger of Vance and Hines. And, obviously I don't know what all goes on behind the scenes. He didn't disclose everything, but he made that call, and he's had a long history with Vance and Hines, and he made a call right to Vance and Hines and talked to Terry, right?
Yep. Terry Vance.
And because the CEO now of Indian comes from Harley, 27 years at Harley-Davidson. And so he's obviously has relationships within the motorcycle industry. And so he made that call direct, and it was a pretty quick agreement. And we saw the shakeup. And I don't know what kind of money's involved behind deals like that, but obviously there is. But it was interesting that Vance and Hines, and with Indian breaking off from Polaris now, guys, they just, I did a quick short video on it. Just a couple of weeks ago, that completely happened, and it's done, and the papers are signed with Carolwood LP. And just being on that, we might do another episode on kind of my thoughts of the conference I had, or the press release with the CEO, and direction and some things like that. We probably I'll put something in our notes to do that, at least a partial episode. So I don't want to touch a whole bunch on it here, but with that break off, I'm telling you guys, I think Indian, and it's their 125th anniversary. I know there's controversy because they weren't in business for a lot of years. I guess they're just saying they've been in existence 125 years. I mean, Harley had its deal too, but anyways, whatever you believe about that. It's a big year, and with the break off, they are pushing forward. And this is a huge thing. If you guys just look at this as like, oh, it's just basic news, it's not. They just set the fucking stage, dude. That's a huge win for Indian. When you put Indian together with Vance and Hines, who has so much race experience, like that's not a small thing. That is not a small thing. And for that deal to happen and happen that quick, Indian is just, their game just leveled the fuck up. So Harley, watch out. That's what we want. We want these companies. I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong. The Harley race team, they can come right back at Indian and Vance and Hines. They're brilliant on that race team, but fuck, game on, Lurch. That's all I'm saying for the 2026 season.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch the two factory, actual factory teams, the Harley factory, the Indian factory teams go at each other with obviously some great riders, and hopefully the competition's great. One, just to watch, but also we benefit. We talked about this before.
Yep.
As motorcyclists, and motorcycle owners, we benefit from racing because there's a lot. They're pushing it as far as they can to beat each other, and so those innovations trickle down to the production bikes.
Yep. What else you got? The
Saddleman's going to be back again. They've got Corey West and Jake Lewis on the Saddleman team. And there it is. Waiting for the
Tab
internet to load
Performance,
here.
it looks like.
Yeah, before I get on to that. Corey West, he's going to be in the Hooligans as well.
Okay, yeah.
He won the 2024 title. I wanted to bring that up.
Nice.
And then, we've got Tab Performance with Kyle Onsorg.
Mm-hmm.
Lindell Brakes and M3 has Max Flinders. And this one, because we prepared these notes for this show a few weeks ago, and it just kept getting pushed because we're so damn busy around here. But doing a little preparation again before this episode, there's something new that came out that I didn't have recorded, which is Tyler O'Hara, because I'm wondering where he was going because he was on Indian. He's going to be riding for SDI Racing.
Okay. That's an interesting move there. Remember, guys, Tyler O'Hara for Indian for years. If you go back to the races, it was him and Kyle Wyman, and they battled it out, and Tyler was on fire. And for whatever reason, they brought Troy Herfoss in, and for some reason, Tyler's just been struggling a little bit on the track as we've watched over the last couple of years, and I don't know exactly that's going on. It's such a tough sport, mentally and physically. But it was interesting to see that they moved on. Indian moved on from Tyler O'Hara, who just looked back 5 years and Tyler was fucking on fire and everywhere. So it'll be interesting to see. Not too familiar with SDI Racing.
Me either, but they're saying that Tyler is going to be riding an Indian.
Okay.
So
supported by Indian, but man, it's just hard when you're not with the factory team. You know, the smaller team just don't have the resources and the money, but good for them for sticking in there. And Tyler's got the skills. We know that. If he can get on a good bike through SDI Racing and get a bike dialed in to his needs, who knows what he can do this year. So, yeah. And by the way, Daytona's the kickoff. Of course, Daytona Bike Week, first biggest bike event of every year. I will tell you that Lurch and I will be over there in Daytona Bike Week. I am under embargo. I'm going to be multiple days even prior to Daytona. I've got some stuff going on direct with Harley-Davidson. Of course, I'll be revealing that at the time the embargoes lift. And I will tell you that I will end up in Daytona Bike Week, and Lurch will be down there awaiting my arrival. And then we've got business in Daytona Bike Week. We do have some free time. And what I mean by free time is, we're going to be walking around, shaking hands, shaking babies, kissing hands, whatever. And we'll be doing all that kind of stuff, guys. There may be more to follow. I don't know. I'm still waiting on some details. I don't know if there's actually going to be a meet and greet location that Hardy's doing with us, but anyways, we're going to be at the race. We've got access to the race through this deal. And so we won't be able to necessarily do a meet up event and ride with everybody, but and at this point we're not committing to anything. I'm just saying we'll be around. And so if you see us, say hi, and we'll certainly say hi to you, and we'll be shooting film. There's just a lot up in the air still is what I'm saying, but we will be there, and we may run into you. And so that'll be cool. And interestingly, as much involved in the biker community as we've been, you can't go to all the events. I've got a business to run. We have a store to run. I got a YouTube channel to run. I can't go to every bike event every year, but this will be both of our first time in Daytona Bike Week. So that'll be kind of cool. And so we're looking forward to that. It's raining and snowing today. And so we're looking to get out of the weather a little bit. And hopefully we will see you all down there.
And also on the King of the Baggers type stuff, the 2026 Harley-Davidson Bagger World Cup, the MotoGP. So actually going to be going around the world. So they're going to do 6 races. That kicks off March 27th through the 29th in Austin, Texas. They're going to hit Italy, the Netherlands, Great Britain, Spain, and Austria. So far, the teams that we know about are going to be Saddleman Racing, Joe Rascal Racing, Cecchini, I guess. I don't know how to spell that or pronounce that. It's Italian Racing, and then Nitty Racing out of Indonesia. So it's going to be folks from all over the world. That'll be fun to watch as well.
Going worldwide, King of the Baggers, and they kind of struck that deal last year, if I remember right.
Yes.
There were some announcements on it. So
end of the year, I believe.
King of the Baggers is blowing up, guys. This is just the start of racing outside the U.S. It's just going to go from there. There's so much momentum behind this sport, and there's so many fans, and it's bringing in, I mean, it basically revitalized Moto America to a certain extent, brought a lot. I mean, all they had before that was Superbike, and not every Harley rider wants to watch Superbikes,
right.
But they brought in the baggers, and they have nailed it, and it's been the best thing for the companies. It's been the best thing for Moto America, and now worldwide, going worldwide. So that's really, really cool, and definitely look forward to seeing how that pans out. Now, we would love to have you as a patron member. We want to get to know you better. We want to, in the private Facebook group, we want you at the meetup, ride, and events. But hey, if the only way you want to support us is through a flat donation, we never balk at a flat donation. Want to thank the following people.
We'd like to thank Jim McJenkins of Northport, Alabama. He gave a substantial donation after asking an action camera question. Jim's also a patron member.
Nice. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah.
Drew Young of Oxford, Ohio, and Brian Burdick of Kitna, Oklahoma.
lawabidingbiker.com/donate. We really appreciate it. Again, lawabidingbiker.com/donate. Helps put a little fuel in the Law Abiding Biker gas tank.
So we can keep this thing running on down the road.
There you go, guys. Anything else on King of the Baggers, Lurch?
Just looking forward to it. These new additions, the shake-up in the teams, some new teams coming in, the MotoGP. It's going to be fun. I look forward to it. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too, dude. I'm just... I'm stoked for the biker season to get kicked off. Daytona. We're going to do a little bit of traveling, get out of this area. I'll be doing some riding. And by the way, if you guys haven't heard, I announced it at the beginning of the year with Harley launch events and all that. And then they had the second one in January. I am in the market for a 2026 Harley-Davidson Limited. And I need to look around a little bit more, and I can't 100% guarantee it, but I really think I'm going to bite. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to upgrade to the 2026. There's a particular color. I can't remember the name of it, but particular color I want. So that may be coming here in 2026. I just got a lot going on, and it's like Lurch says, it's on the list, but there's other priorities right now. But yeah, I am kind of excited about that, and as the weather shapes up around here, start thinking about that just a little bit more. Lurch got to ride last week a little bit. We did some filming in the Law Abiding Biker Shop.
It's a little chilly, but I had my Gerbing heated gear on, so it was just nice to finally get that bike out of the shop and get it riding.
Hells yeah. Today,
this is brand new for you.
Oh, yeah, what up?
Patron member Jonathan Hayden just got a 2026 Road Glide.
I forgot to text him back, yeah.
He must have texted you as well.
He texted me last night, and I totally forgot to.
Yeah, he's looking for some parts
there
for
it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, nice. 2026. He thought he was shopping for a 25.
He was trying to find a good deal on 25, but he ended up with 26.
Yep. There you go, guys. Thanks for listening, and we got a lot more coming at you. Make sure you're over on, we are blowing YouTube up with the videos, guys. So remember, you're not necessarily going to get notified about that. You can join the email club. That's the best way, lawabidingbiker.com/email club. It's free, because every time we do a video, following that, within a couple days, I'll shoot out an email to that list with kind of the breakdown, and there'll be an embedded video there for you so you can see it. Or, unfortunately, in the YouTube environment these days, even though you're subscribed, doesn't mean they're going to put my videos in front of you. It's a horrible environment that they've created. So what I do, you literally have to go to the people you subscribe to in your subscription list and then go see what new videos they've popped. That's what I do with everybody I watch, because YouTube is going to try to serve you up with channels with like 5 subscribers and all kinds of junk trying to get, it's like 400 hours uploaded now a minute. It's a weird environment. So if you want to see our stuff, get signed up for the email club or Instagram, because I put something out on our Instagram at Law Abiding Biker 2 saying, hey, I just dropped a video. This is what it's about. Head over to YouTube. Of course, I put it in the private Facebook group for all the patron members. I put it in the back end of your patron account, so you can always check your patron feed. Pretty much everything we do goes back there, but it's an easy way to keep up. But anyways, guys, appreciate y'all, and thanks for listening.